Hello, this is Prophet 6, Family Prophets, the angel of the church of the Laodiceans. God bless you. Today is May the 1st, 2013. And today, regrettably, is the 21st day since the beginning of the Rwandan massacre that I'm commemorating that occurred in 1994. Today is the 21st day. It began on April the 6th, 1994. And in the Rwandan massacre, America, Rome, Belgium, France, Italy, Germany, they were all in China. Now let's don't forget China. Were all this whole Rwandan massacre was orchestrated. And let's don't forget the IMF, the United Nations, and the DCI, Democratic Christian International. Yeah. They were all they basically staged this whole thing. Knew it was going to happen and lied about everything. They basically staged it. They got all the weapons there, the machetes and everything that they needed was predominantly supplied by Christian nations. The papacy, the Protestants, and Seventh-day Adventists in that order. And why is the Rwandan massacre so important? Why? Because of this. The Rwandan massacre is a microcosm. It gives us a prophetic lens to see what the mark of the beast is going to be like. 1 million, over 1 million people have died and are still dying. Why? Because some of the people that were during when the genocide was taking place, they were being raped. You see what I'm saying? So there's rollover effects even after the 100 days, the official 100 days of the genocide had ended. There are rollover effects from a genocide always. Poverty, the infrastructure, cholera, tuberculosis, diseases, all kinds of malaria, all kinds of things, AIDS, so many different types of things that took place that are still rolling over. And this is 18, 19 years later? Hey, y'all, if Christians don't pay attention to the Rwandan massacre, let me tell you something. When the mark of the beast takes place, I want to tell you some of the major denominations that's going to play a huge role in the institution of the mark of the beast. Catholics, Protestants, and Seventh-day Adventists. Yeah, Seventh-day Adventists, the ones who preach about it more than anybody. How do I know that? Because in Rwanda, these are the three groups that you had that were there. These are the three groups that you had that were there and were fueling. Even missionaries were fueling the Rwandan genocide, the environment. They were incubating an environment for the genocide to take place through missionary work, through the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, the United Nations, the United States, NATO, all of them. So I'm just throwing that out there. Now, that's not even what this video is about. This video is about this basketball player. His name is Jason Collins. Now, Jason Collins came out and said that he announced to the world what he does with his reproductive organs. I noticed that he didn't come out. I noticed that he didn't come out and say who he's in love with. Isn't that interesting? So it's not really about love. It's about, hey, I'm promiscuous. You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, the president calls this guy and congratulates him for announcing to the world what he does with his reproductive organs. Wow, that's worthy of a president calling you? So I wonder what's going to happen when somebody calls him and say, hey, I've been fornicating all my life. I wonder what he would say if somebody came out the closet and said, hey, I've been cheating on my wife ever since we've been married. What, is he going to congratulate him? Hey, let's be consistent. Let's be consistent. Oh, you cheating on your wife? Yeah. But I'm going to tell you this, y'all. All of this congratulation of the gays and stuff for coming out. And this guy, looking at his NBA record, he was a buster. He wasn't even a good basketball player. He's at the end of his career. He's an older player. And so he throws a Hail Mary. He's a free agent. He throws a Hail Mary. So I guess all of this is to froth up support to get him signed. I don't know. I don't know. But it sure looks suspicious to me. But anyway, I want to tell you guys something. The engine to the homosexual movement is perverted heterosexuals. Don't never forget you heard me say that. The engine to the GBLT movement is heterosexuals who do not want to get married and with one partner and be committed. Let me say it another way. The power to the heteros, the thrust of the homosexual movement is the heterosexual, the adulterous heterosexual and fornicating heterosexual community. Okay? The homosexual community is going to get all their power from there. That's the foundation. That's their base. Okay? Don't forget that. The homosexual movement, the GBLT movement, is really a heterosexual movement. It's all about sexual immorality. That's what it's all about. And I'm going to tell you something. Christians are really in angst about sexual purity. Christians have always had a huge problem with sexual purity. From Catholic priests through during the Dark Ages, all the way. You see what I mean? So I just want to put that out there, people. The devil is trying to destroy the family. The kingdom of God begins with the family, people. And so heterosexuals are going to use the homosexual agenda to their own selfish, sexual, perverted agenda. That's all this is about. It's nothing different about the heterosexual movement and the homosexual movement. They're one in the same movement when you talk about those that are outside of Christ. That's all it is. And by the way, all the Christian churches will, the major denominations, they will accept homosexuality. They are going to accept it. I'm prophesying it. They are going to accept it. The church has always wanted to be like the world. And when I say the church, I mean the counterfeit. They always wanted to be like the church, be like the world and fit in with the world and be accepted by the world. So you're going to see major denominations. I mean, it's already happened, people. The same policy that the military had, don't ask, don't tell. The churches had that for thousands, hundreds of years. Don't ask, don't tell. If you don't tell us, and we don't ask, hey, you could be our pastor. If you don't tell us and you don't ask, you can be our musician. If you don't tell us and we don't ask you, you can lead us straight to heaven through worship music. I actually heard a so-called pastor, Carson Pearson, and he said this: gays Gays have led us into the presence of God for years. What's wrong with that? I've actually heard this guy say it. They lead us into the presence of God through music and song. And this guy is getting popular. But anyway, this is Prophet 6, family prophet to the angel of the church of the Laodiceans. God bless you.